been a long morning for me already. I was sleeping with Gianfranco because he woke up at 2 with a nightmare, so I just went in and slept with him. At 4:30, Guido came in and said, non ce la faccio più, I can't take it anymore, because he sleeps in a room where there is Raffaello's cot. So I took Raffaello, tried to get him back to sleep, failed at that. So sort of about 5 a.m. I just walked outside and took him around the property and watched these deer just in the fields and the birds and the sun coming up. So I sat down with him on the side of a hill and just watched the sun coming up and being immersed in nature and just sitting there in the silence and him just saying little words. He's always got so much vocabulary now. And here I am now, having had breakfast, and oh my gosh, I had the most wonderful blackberries that we picked last night. We went in the pickup truck, which the boys love because they just sit in with me and at the front, and we drive through the field, and they go past all the we say hello to all the guys working in the fields on their tractors and different vehicles, and then went and picked these blackberries. Every time we are just foraging for wild fruit or vegetables or herbs or something like that, it just fills me up to no end. I watch how the boys interact with it. I feel how myself, just the concept of this is just here wild, and no one planted it, and no one's monitoring it, no one's watering it, and it's just producing the most sweet, just delectable fruit, and Raffaello just grabbing handfuls of blackberries and smearing them all over his face, and grabbing and devouring sweet wild fruit is such a prehistoric, ancient activity for animals, for humans, and it feels that way. You feel that this is something we've been doing for centuries. It's interesting because I was feeling really serene this week and calm, and sometimes you imagine that state will come when all problems have been ironed out and there's nothing you want to change, and that's not the case. I mean, obviously we've got these sort of issues with Raffaello's sleep and some other things going on, but I've still felt really serene. I suppose my sense of calm may have come from a number of activities throughout my week. On Monday, for example, I started with a little painting, which Gianfranco and I love to do only when Raffaello is napping. And I have no aptitude for painting. However, I find it so relaxing. I love working alongside Gianfranco, sometimes sitting in silence while we are both just absorbed in creating, and other times chatting.
I'll put a bit of blue in it.
You put a bit of blue, yeah? Well, the sky can be whatever color you want it to be, because if you think about it, the sky's not always blue, is it? Sometimes when the sun is setting, what color is it?
Pink.
Pink, yeah. And sometimes when we look at the stars, when we stay out late and have a swim under the moon, what color is it?
Indigo.
Indigo, see? That's right. Put one down here so I can see it. Look, we've got all things that are sort of purple, like the eggplant, the hydrangeas, the melanzane, hortensia.
It's the sky
that's
coming across the table and up to the air.
Wow.
See?
I see that.
Wow.
Wow.
Now you do it. Yeah, you.
Oh, you know what? This is a lovely color for my hydrangeas. Okay.
But it's a lovely blue.
It is lovely blue, yeah.
Look at this.
I see it,
Look
sweetie.
at the lovely thing I made. I want this lovely yellow. Questo
colore è molto bello per Gianfranco.
E lo voglio mettere.
E lo vuoi mettere dove?
Mamma, guardalo.
Sì?
Guardalo, mamma.
Ah, perfetto, Gianfranco. Wow! You see, in the beginning it wasn't so easy for you to put out little amounts, and now you kept trying, and then now you've worked out how to do it.
What a lovely blue this is making.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the sunset.
It is. It is, okay.
And it's in the sunset. Would you please do a table here?
Sure.
Please.
Certainly. You are so nicely.
with little chairs, with little of the mice, with the sunset.
And the little mice with the sunset sitting at the table, are they?
They're doing dinner.
Ah, they're having dinner, okay.
I would like some more colours, and I know which one it is.
Okay.
I'll go around so I can get it.
Okay, sweetie, thank you.
Go around.
Tore dice Tore.
See you, amore. Another day, our neighbour, the sheep farmer, said he had too many tomatoes, so Guido and I went with the boys to help him pick pomodori. Felo al rastrello, sì.
Be careful, because if one of those points go in his eye, it's not okay.
That's right, sweetie.
Hello.
Attenti, attenti.
No.
Ma sono più buoni poi. Sì, ma questi non hanno niente, non hanno niente. Sono così tranquilli. Quindi questi andrebbero, quelli maturi andrebbero colti tutti, se no domani ce li butti via. Che piove,
Babbo, guarda babbo.
Oh.
Guarda quanto ben di Dio. Che bel pomodoro.
Incredibile. Wow, quanti pomodori! Con Roberto. Roberto. Then my ceramics arrived finally from Sicily. So my packages arrived from. Hang on, I've got to do the intro. My packages. Ready? You're like one of those girls on the game shows who turns. I'd like to buy a vowel, please. No, my ceramics arrived from Sicily that I bought in Sicily. They said it would take 20 days. I think it only took 200 days, but here they are.
Time. Slow Sicily time. They're absolutely gorgeous, and I feel like now we have a little slice of Sicily here in Tuscany.
Exactly. So this is something that I just saw and had to get for Shannon. So Shannon is a Gemini, and this says gemelli, which actually in Italian also means twins. And actually, I mean, first of all, well, you believe in horoscopes and...
I do, yeah. Not in a crazy way, but more or less I find the personalities just generally tend to match up with people's zodiac signs.
Exactly.
So, and we get a bad reputation, but we are not at all
I love, and that's why I'm an Aries and you're although I don't feel like an Aries, but they do. Well, because they I'm such a homebody, and I've got, I feel like I'm like a Taurus in that sense.
They're creative, they're strong, they're
and ambitious and things. But I'm very much about making a nest and a home, and that's not a trait.
Isn't it? Oh,
no.
Well, anyway, there's bits of you.
However,
yeah.
Before we get tangential,
Yeah.
but I also thought that this looks like me and Shannon. This could be me and this could be Shannon. And so I just thought it's a little
I love it.
little piece of Sicily that Shannon can just put in this little place over here where she stays when she visits us, and Shannon's staying for most of the summer. So
thank you so much. I really love it.
Oh my gosh,
it's
nothing.
Present.
It's nothing. It's
No,
not.
it's
But
really
and actually, we also got her this sarong from Sicily. And the next one that I got, which I just here we have.
It's like we're selling at a market.
I know. Pesce fresco.
They're so beautiful.
Oh my gosh, they're so... I saw them and I just couldn't resist them. Even though I mean, the house isn't by the sea, so it doesn't really make sense thematically. So I didn't really want to put them up in the house, but then I thought they might have a tenuous thematic link if we put them up by the pool.
Yeah.
So,
And what better place than...
well, this is what my little assistant here is here for today.
We actually need Nono here as well.
Yeah.
For hanging them up because we wouldn't have a clue how to do that.
Yeah, but this is the thing. We don't want them to fall down because they're already quite.
I don't want to put them on top of each other. I'll just keep them spaced out. But are we heading over?
Are you going to be able to hold them both up at the same time? I don't think so.
No. But is this what we're thinking?
The idea is, one there. Beautiful. Look how pretty that looks with the blue flowers, the blue door. Gorgeous. And one over.
Imagine I drop them.
Yeah. There's just something about all the little cracks and the fact that it's not perfect. I love the imperfection of it. Like it's got these little marks here and this crack and the paint is kind of chipping off. It's just so exquisite. And really not that expensive either. I think these were...
Wabi-sabi. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
The beauty of imperfection?
Oh, right. Yeah, it could be. So yeah, we're just trying to... If anyone has any advice on how to attach these to the wall, because they're quite heavy.
Yeah,
no?
I'm like...
Yeah. So we don't want them to just, put them up and then one day we're swimming and we just hear crack and it falls down.
That's why we're not putting them on the door.
Yeah. But I think each one on each side, and then imagine. Hang on, Shannon. See how wide you can hold your hands out so we can. Oh, gorgeous! That looks so. You look so beautiful, and so do the tiles. Welcome to Shannon's humble abode. And look at that toned back. Yoga body.
Yeah, really, really good purchase on your behalf. Really nice.
I'm very happy with them. And then there's my... Well, maybe I should show the other pieces. Yeah. Okay,
part 2 of the ceramic show.
Hi, I'll be your host this evening. So this is a piece that is actually beautiful and useful because we always have hot pans which we're bringing to the table and like a big pot of pasta or something. And this is just the most beautiful tile, but it's on this little wrought iron, what would you call it, base, so that you can bring this to the table, put it down, and then it has a little stand so it doesn't burn or even mark the tablecloth, and then you can just put our lovely big pot of steaming pasta or something on there. And I just obviously have an obsession with blue and white, but doesn't blue and white just win every time?
And the particular shade of that blue.
Oh my goodness. It's the shade of blue that's in Selena, and it's so calming and it's so just timeless, no? Like I'd never get tired of looking at blue and white, and these patterns are particularly rustic and Italian. And then we have, for the home baker, I'm always filming top down on me mixing things and whisking, and so this I just love. I really was looking for a big mixing bowl, and you never think about, people always think about serving things on platters, but for me who spends so much time cooking, or even actually if it were a salad, I suppose you could put it in here, but when I spend time cooking, I love just seeing an egg yolk just drop into this beautiful ceramic pattern. I mean,
gorgeous. Actually, it matches your pants.
Oh yeah. We have, which is Shannon's favorite. Is this your favorite?
Yeah, this is my favorite.
Da-da-da. Oh.
Look at that sexy octopus. It's so smooth. If you see it really close up,
and the little details.
Should I come in?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Also just the way that, I don't know, its tentacles are kind of just floating out. It's so decadent as well, having such a big platter. And I think that when we are just growing as a family and getting more and more people around the table and then having friends come, and so
You can imagine a caprese salad on there.
Oh, imagine! Or my sardine fish cakes. So, yeah, I'm sort of don't like to eat octopus because of how intelligent they are. So I don't think we'll be pairing any polpo, but even just a beautiful salad. Or our mother was like, "Oh, Kylie, where are you going to put all this stuff?" But I just think even having this sitting on the kitchen table with some fruit on it will be lovely. So I'm very, very happy with my Sicilian purchases, also because they just didn't really cost anything. I mean, not dirt cheap, but really, considering that they're all hand painted, I think they were just so reasonably priced. And yeah, and then I just paid for the shipping to ship them to Tuscany because yeah, we didn't trust it going on ferries and everything for it not to break. But they all arrived. They're all in one piece, and now they're perfect for summer eating.
So we thought we would christen the new bowl. I have Shannon and Gianfranco on the other side of the table watching.
Front row seats.
Because Gianfranco is waiting for what part are you waiting for, Gianfranco?
The licking bowl part.
The licking bowl part. Do you know that when Mama was a little girl and Hannah was a little girl, that was Hannah's job to lick the bowl. Mama would cook the cakes and Hannah would lick the bowl.
My favorite job.
So I have these oranges which are zested, so I just wanted to make something with them, and so I'm going to make an orange and dark chocolate cake, and it's actually for our father's 80th birthday. That was, of all my desserts, all my cakes, that was the one he requested because he liked it so much. But it's just a very simple cake with olive oil and yogurt. It's like the same kind of, I make a variation on it all the time.
But chocolate and oranges.
Chocolate and oranges.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start with the eggs, some brown sugar, and my nutritionist sister here is saying, can we just halve the sugar? So we halve the sugar. And also because we've got the oranges which add a lot of sweetness, so it's not necessary.
No, it's not necessary.
Non è necessario. Tenilo in. The olive oil.
There it goes.
Our yogurt. Some cinnamon. Sift in our flour with the baking powder. Something I never do, but I'm just doing it now. Actually, and I prefer to use wholemeal flour because it really, aside from it just being better for you,
Probably makes them more dense.
Yeah, and it gives it this sort of lovely nuttiness. It's just, I really think it improves the flavour. And it does make it more dense. It's sort of like a fudgy, brownie texture as opposed to just a light
and fluffy.
Yeah, and this doesn't, not all cakes need to be light and fluffy.
True.
The bowl licking is arriving, but hang on, first we need to chop the oranges and the chocolate. This is also one of Shannon's favourite cakes, no, Shannon?
Yeah.
Raffaello is sleeping. Babbo is in Firenze.
Look, Vicky, there goes the chocolate.
Put this chocolate mixed through it. And then,
Mama, can I see?
you see?
Now lick the bowl.
Not yet. Almost cookie. And now here it comes to you. And actually, when I do it with oranges, I just cook it a bit longer too, so that then it just lets a little bit more of that moisture come out. Is Hannah having some too? Hannah's decided to participate in the licking.
It's such a big bowl, I think it can fit both our heads.
Yeah, I think you're about to fall into the bowl.
I got a little
And actually,
piece of chocolate that didn't get mixed up.
oh, lucky you.
Wow.
Lucky me.
And now this is ready to go into the oven. finally weaned Raffaello. Thank you so much for all your comments about the pain and my cabbage leaf journey. Yeah, it was really difficult, and there are a lot of, I mean, the pain went on for a lot longer than I anticipated. I didn't experience that with Gianfranco when I weaned him, but I am pain-free now, and it's sad because you sort of feel like that's the end of something, and I don't know if it's our last child, so I don't know if it's the last time I'll ever breastfeed, and oh my gosh, that's very heavy to digest because it's such a beautiful, well, for me it was such a beautiful experience, and I'm still very much like, Raffaello is on me all the time. Every day he's asking me, "Mamma, latte," and I just have been giving him extra affection and being with him, very, very physical with him. I'm a very tactile person, but also mother, I guess. So I love to just always be touching them and crawling all over them, but even now, this week, even more so, because I want to reassure Raffaello. I'm excited with my fitness and my health because now I can really look forward to seeing results from healthy eating and exercise, like my strength training that I do 4 times a week. I do that all through pregnancy and postpartum. But now that I've stopped breastfeeding, it's a little bit more like, my body will actually have more results because I think the female body kind of just hangs on to a little bit of extra fat to make sure it's got supplies for the milk if you're exclusively breastfeeding as I was. And so it is also a period in which I'm trying to decide if I would like to have a 3rd child, and I honestly don't know. We've gone back and forth, Guido and I, were just considering the pros and the cons, and I really want to be more conscious with the decision because it affects everyone. It affects the boys that we have. It affects our marriage. It affects even just my health. I'm just trying to think, can I do another, let's say, 2 years of no sleep, because that's what it is for us. And oh yeah, you're probably all going to hear this and say, oh my gosh, I definitely don't think you should have another 3rd child. You're just so run down and blah, blah, blah. But I don't feel run down. I mean, I have to say perhaps it's my, it's my personality trait that I'm always thinking, oh, I've literally had, 1 week of not breastfeeding and I'm thinking, yeah, let's go off. I can do it again. But it's more than that. I do feel very healthy. I do have very good pregnancies. It's a very clean, efficient setup now with 2 children, 2 parents. It is, you have 2 arms. I can hold, like last night in the pickup truck, holding the 2 of them as we go to pick blackberries, and I can do that. 3 children, I don't know. I mean, probably many of you will say that like once Gianfranco and Raffaello get a little bit older, they will be off playing just together, and that will free me up a bit more because Raffaello is 19 months now and he's very, very clingy. I'm always fascinated by the idea that you can create a whole new person, a whole new human being with a whole new set of gifts and traits, and I'm so curious about that. Like, you have the opportunity to bring another person into the world. And then also I think how lucky we are. We are 2 parents, and we do have the space, and I do feel like I have the emotional capacity to give more love. So sometimes it's a little difficult to find friends to relate to. I have lots of friends who are mothers, and it's wonderful, and we do connect on different levels. But I find a lot of relief in podcasts. We're so lucky these days to have podcasts, and I suppose YouTube as well could count for that, because, previously mothers, I mean, with certain challenges would just probably feel very lonely. Although in my friendship group, I don't have any friends I can think who have babies who don't sleep. I can find that they're out there, they're just in different countries, and when you find that person who you can relate to, who goes through the same things, who's tried all the same things, and who, jokes about just how frustrating it is to hear people who don't understand and try to help you. That is just so wonderful. And it's really worth trying if you're going through anything, really, just searching until you find that person or channel or podcast or whatever that really just is your niche. No, sorry, it was just getting hot standing over there in the sunlight, so I'm sitting down here in the bath to continue our chat. It's so interesting to me to hear from you. Some of you are grandparents and you've had 4 children, 6 children, and you're saying, yeah, go for it. And then others of you are still in your 20s and 30s and not having found the partner that you want to have a child with. And I think that for a lot of people, men and women, that is the case. It's taking so long to find that person that you could share a life with. It is delaying starting having a family, and therefore it's just not possible these days to be planning for that big family of even 4. And so, yeah, it's certainly our case. I mean, we definitely started late, and although I'm very, very lucky health-wise, because my doctor says to me I'm very, I have good fertility and everything, it's still a concern, because you've got to try and imagine how you'll feel in 10 years' time. And look at my parents, and my father's 81 and he's still so active and so capable of being a grandfather. Perhaps it's different for women. I don't know. I'd be keen to hear your thoughts. There are certainly benefits to having children when you're older, although I wouldn't advise it, because I just don't think we can gamble with fertility. You don't know how it's going to be for you, and how you and your partner are, what's going to happen. Even if you're healthy, you can still have fertility issues. However, if you find yourself in a position where you haven't found a partner yet and you would like someday to have children, there are also many advantages to being a bit more mature and understanding yourself and not having any FOMO or any fear of missing out. I don't feel like I had all these dreams, or I just wanted to travel, and I did so much, and not that that's over, but I really crammed in so much travel and living in different countries and taking my career in so many different directions, and partying and having all kinds of different relationships with really meaningful relationships that informed how I am, my emotional intelligence, and so I'm seeing it now. Like, I feel very calm in being present with my children. I can imagine it would feel difficult if you're at home and wishing that you were out at some party, or wishing you were following some dream. Of course, there are thousands of examples of men and women who have children young, and then afterwards they find themselves, in their 30s or something, ready to start a business or ready to travel the world. And, my mother had children very young, and then proceeded to travel with my father once my sister and I were at university. And so there are so many different ways to do it, and we don't really always have control over our timeline, do we? So I'm just trying to say that if you are, as I know many women who write to me and say, I just haven't found that partner, and I would love to be making a life and be having children. And I'm just here to say that, look, even if you end up having children much later than you would like, there are so many benefits, and you probably will find that you're a lot less, you're a lot more confident, I suppose, as a mother. Even though it's your first time, you just know how to listen to your own intuition, and you know how to manage your day and manage your body and your health, So that's just my 2 cents. Anyway, that doesn't really give me an answer on whether to have a 3rd child or not, does it? some of you might say, oh, well, what does Guido think? Or doesn't he have a say in this? Of course he does. And actually, you know, how we do couples therapy. Well, we've been speaking with our therapist actually about this decision. We were saying, yes, let's do it. And then we were saying, but should we? You know, it's a lot to try and imagine this whole hypothetical of a third little person and imagining how that will impact your family, because it won't be impacting the children that you have now. It'll be impacting the children who will be more or less a year older. We lie with Gianfranco, we lie beside him in bed until he falls asleep. And it's just something that we've done because it felt right. It felt like for his personality, that's what he needed. And there are some children who I think they're very tired at the end of the day, and you can sort of just like give them a kiss, tuck them in, and probably close the door, and you know, they might just drift off very quickly. But we don't have children like that. Gianfranco just wants to talk about all of his feelings in the world and everything, and it's I think it would be very easy to sort of say, oh, you know, be quiet, like it's sleep time now, and just think, oh, this is the time to be disciplined and have the routine. And we do have the routine in terms of like bath time is set, dinner time is at a set time, bath time too. You know, 3 to 4, that age, that time is so crucial. Everything I've read about it is just saying this is the time when millions of neural pathways are being formed, and opinions and insights, and he's just learning so much. And so of course at the end of the day there is so much for him to process emotionally, and just sometimes at the end of the day I am exhausted, or Guido is exhausted, because if Guido's often still commuting back from Florence, but when he is here, we'll alternate in lying down with Gianfranco and lying beside him. Like, you can think, oh, I'd much prefer to just now be, I don't know, relaxing, or tidying up the kitchen, or doing something else, just saying my parenting duties are done for the day because it is late at night. However, every time I lie down, like there's the jokes and the laugh and the giggles and the little anecdotes about his day and everything. However, then if you wait a little bit more, there are things that have confused him, or fears, or hopes, and very intimate things. I'm not going to share them for his privacy, but it's so wonderful, because I see that, like, I can be lying there sometimes for 45 minutes and thinking, oh gosh, like this is taking so long. But then that's the time it needs. That's the time a child needs to be able to actually articulate something that maybe they've been scared of. And instead of him just keeping it inside, he then shares it with me. He has all the space in the dark, probably helps as well, and I like the intimacy of me just lying right by his side. And we're not talking about it at a time when he's like having a tantrum or crying or anything like that. He's voluntarily bringing to me a discussion, and he's talking to me about them and saying how he might feel anxious over because of a certain reason, and then I'll talk to him about, oh, why do you think that is, and we'll work through it, and then he'll feel really calm. I can sense the cadence of his voice and everything, and then he feels calm, and then he drifts off to sleep. And the next day, that thing, which I now know was a fear of his, is not an issue at all, because we've kind of dealt with it. We've not even dealt with it, we've just talked about it. And I just love that, and it always reminds me, like, oh, Kylie, this is why instead of just rushing off, you just give him the time he needs to fall asleep, even though it can be really annoying, and you just think, why aren't you tired? And I'm with him all day, so he could have the opportunity to talk to me about these things all day, but it doesn't happen. The deepest anxieties, or the little things that didn't make sense to him, that only comes out at night in bed when I'm lying beside him and he's falling asleep. All of these activities, cooking, painting, gardening, laughing, we also went out to dinner with friends this week, it has all contributed to this sense of calm. As I said, there have also been challenges. Last night, Raffaello couldn't lie down because of teething pain and the paracetamol wouldn't help, so I spent hours just holding a 13-kilo child while he sobbed and writhed, while listening to Gianfranco crying in his room because normally I'm the one who comes into him if he wakes up in the night. I've dealt with work stress and mediated fights between the children and comforted family members and dealt with Guido coming home late from work and our mutual exhaustion from not sleeping well. But that's why these activities like foraging for fruit or watering the garden, being creative, are so precious, because they still resulted in a week of serenity. So take your time this week, hold close to you that which is precious, be it time with a friend or a loved one or doing something that relaxes you. And I wish you una settimana di serenità, a week of serenity. Alla prossima.